music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, so that, surfeiting, the appetite may sicken, and so die. That strain again, and a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough. No more. It's not as sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea not enters there, of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The hart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Illyria first, they thought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires like fell and cruel hounds e'er since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face to ample view, but she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she will keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love, but to a brother. How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled her sweet perfections with one self king. Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
What country, friends, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he's in Elysium. Perchance he isn't drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. So perchance may he be.
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor number saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope, both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Orion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. My own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was born and bred not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I've heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know what great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died. For whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I had made mine my own occasion mellow, what my state is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the Duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, captain, and though that nature with a beauteous wall doth off close and pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this fair and outward character. I pry thee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me the very worth of his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee, lead me on.
What a plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? Why, I am sure cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why, let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight you brought in one night to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Aguchi?
Aye, he.
He's a tall man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie that you say so. He plays all the bar de gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book, and has all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed almost natural, for besides that he's a fool. He's a great quarreller, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to ally the gust he hath in quarrelling. 'Tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They that add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking health to my niece. I drink to her as long as there's a passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He is a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn of the toe like a parish top. What wench? Cast along a vulgar, for here comes Sir Andrew Agufair!
Sir Toby Belch! How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew!
Bless you, fair shrews.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost!
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good Mistress Accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is it the meaning of Accost?
Very well, gentlemen.
And now that plot so, Sir Andrew, with them I never draw sword again.
And you plot so, mistress. I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Mary, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I am not such an ass, but I can get my hands dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
Aye, sir, I have them at my fingers' ends. Now I let go your hand. I am barren.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'd forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? Would I had bestowed that time in the tongues that I have fencing, dancing, bear baiting? Oh, had I but all the arts!
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why? Would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it would not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does it not?
Excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, and if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. Well, the Count himself, here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I've heard her swear it. Cut! There's life in it, man!
Oh, stay a month longer! Oh, I'm a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. Oh, I delight in masks and revels, sometimes all together.
Art thou good at these kickshaws, knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, well, under the degree of my betters, and yet I will not compare with a old man.
What is thy accent and a galleon, knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper,
And I can cut the money to it.
and I think I have the best cricket simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before him? Are they like to take dust like Mistress Maule's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galleon and come home in a Coranto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water but in a syncopace. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed under the star of a galleon.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a flame-colored stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Ah, Taurus, sides and hearts.
No, sir. It is legs and thighs. Let me see the caper. Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Excellent!
Cesario, if the Duke continue these favors toward you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his negligence or my humor. That you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No. Believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario, ho?
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less, but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow, as it is spoke, she'll never admit me.
Be clamorous and leap all civil bounds rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in enuncios of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth than rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound. And all is similar of a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all, if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well on this, and you shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife. Whoever I woo, myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colors.
Make that good?
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born of, I fear no colors.
Where, good Mistress Alice?
In the wars, and that may you be bold, say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is not that as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage, and as for turning away, let summer bear it out.
You are resolute then?
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskins fall.
Apt, good Mistress Alice, very apt. Will go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely, you are best.
Wit, and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I that am sure lack thee do pass for a wise man. What says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless the lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go to, you're a dry fool. I'll no more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, which drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he can, he is mended. If he cannot, let the botcher mend him. Anything that's mended is but patched. Virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that this simple syllogism will serve, so. If not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady said, take away the fool. Therefore I say again, take away the lady.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Misprision in the highest degree, lady. Cocculus non faucit monicum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna, good my mouse of virtue. Answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mourn'st thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, good Madonna, for mourning your brother's soul in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that had no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest. I take these wise men that crow so at these set kind of fools no better than the fool's zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and a free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts which you deem cannon bullets. There's no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, thou speak'st well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino is't?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man and well attended.
Who of my people holds him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Oh, fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old, and people dislike it.
Thou hast spoke for us, good Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool, whose skull Jove cram with brains, for here he comes. One of thy kin has a most weak pia mater.
By mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman. What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here. Ooh, plague of these pickled herring. How now, son?
Good, Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
I marry. What is he?
Let him be the devil, and he will. I care not. Give me faith, say I. Well, it's all one.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so. And he said he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill manner, but he'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage in years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a peascod, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him and standing water between boy and man. He's very well favored, and he speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call him my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Give me my veil. Come, throw it o'er my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I've taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very countable even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance that if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will honor it with my speech in your praise, then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what's important, and I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and it is poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at the gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber, I am to hold here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant sweet lady. Tell me your mind, I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me, I have learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis ingrained, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet cunning hand laid on. Lady, you're the cruelest she alive, if you will leave these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out diverse schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will, as item, 2 lips, indifferent red. Item, 2 gray eyes, with lids to them. Item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be not recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth,
in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature, a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, of such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contented love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Oh, not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now, even so quickly, may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel these youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the county's man. He left this ring behind, would I or not. Tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fates, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
Were not you even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me. I'll none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it should be returned so. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed. So much that me thought her eyes had lost her tongue. For she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me. Sure, the cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why, he sent her none. I am the man, if it be so, and 'tis, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see, thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How will this fudge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, Now, alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes. And Lucio Serge, thou knowest.
Nay, my troth, I know not, but I know that to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early, so that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed by time.
Oh, here comes the pool of fame.
How now, my hearts. Did you never see a picture of we three?
Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. I had rather than 40 shillings I had such a leg and such sweet a voice to sing as the fool has. In sooth, thou wert in very gracious fooling last night. Oh, when thou spokest of Egogrometus, of the Vapians, blessing the Equinoctials, of the Quibus. 'Twas very good of faith. I sent thee sixpence for thy lame and hast it?
I did impeticos thy gratillity, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock, my lady has a white hand, and the Myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent! Why, this is the best fooling when all is done. Now, a song.
Oh, come on, here's a sixpence for you. Let's have a song!
And there's a testrel of me, too. If one night...
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song! A love song!
I care not for good life.
Stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting, journey's end, and lovers meeting, every wise man's son doth know, every wise man's son doth know. What is love? It's not hereafter, present mirth, hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty, and come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's stuff will not endure, youth's stuff will not endure.
A mellifluous voice, as I am a true knight.
A contagious breath,
Very sweet and contagious of faith.
here by the nose. It is dulcet and contagion. But shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that would draw 3 souls out of 1 weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it. I'm a dog and a catch.
By Our Lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be donated.
Hold thy peace, thy knave. I shall be constrained in it to call thee knave knight.
'Tis not the first time I have trained one to call me a knave. Begin, fool. It begins. Hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
You keep here. If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My ladies ascertain. We are politicians. Malvolio's Pelga Ramsey, and 3 merry men be we. Am I not consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley, lady. Glad Proton man in battle, lady, lady.
Shrew me, the knight is an admirable fooling.
He does it well enough, if he be disposed. And so do I, too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
On the 12th day of December.
My masters, are you mad? Or what are you? Have ye no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do you make an ale house of my lady's house, that ye can squeak out your cozier's catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, or time in you?
We did keep time, sir, and our catches, stick up!
Yeah.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you're welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
His days do show his eyes are almost done.
Is't even so?
I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
As much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go?
What and if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no, 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 you dare not.
Out of tune, sir, ye lie! Art thou any more than a steward? Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale?
Yes, by St. Anne, and ginger shall be hot in the mouth, too.
Thou art in the right. Go, sir, rub your chain with crumbs. A stubble wine, Mariah!
Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means to this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears. Let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nayword and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he is a kind of Puritan.
Oh, I thought I'd beat him like a dog.
What? For being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it. I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly, but a time pleaser, an affectionate ass, that constate without book and utters it by great swards. The best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith, that all that look on him love him, and on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure episodes of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady, your niece. On our forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent! I smell a device.
Oh, I have it in my nose too.
He shall think by the letters that thou wilt drop that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
Is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse would now make him Alice!
I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
I warrant you, I know my sick will work on him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third, where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Princess Celia.
For me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
Well, I was adored once too.
Ah, that's a bad night. The house needs send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I'm a foul way out.
Send for money night. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come. I'll go burn some sack. It's too late to go to bed now. Come night.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, but that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, we thought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship, that should sing it.
Who was it?
A jester, Festi, my lord, a fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He is about the house.
Seek him out and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are unstaid and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little by your favor.
What kind of woman is't?
Of your complexion.
She is not worth thee then. What years, in faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him. So sways she level in her husband's heart. For, boy, as much as we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy, unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than woman's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, for thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so, to die even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come, the song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario, it is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids who weave their thread with bones do use to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
You ready, sir?
Aye, prithee, sing.
Come away, death, and sad cypress, let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by a fair crewmate. My shroud of white stuck all with you. Oh, prepare it, my part of death, no one so true did share it, not a flower sweet on my black coffin, let there be strown, not a friend, greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. A thousand sighs to save, lay me away. Said true lover, never find my grave to weep there,
There's for thy pains.
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Aye, sir, the pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy god protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is a very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business might be everywhere and their intent everything, for such is that makes a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands, the parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her, I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in, attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir?
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a pang of heart as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. Tell her so. Will she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can bite the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but of the palate that suffers surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman could bear me and that I owe Olivia.
Aye, but I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love to women to men may owe. In faith, they're as true as heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man. As it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should, your lordship.
But died thy sister of... And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, back the king. To her in haste, give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place, by no delay.
Come thy way, Senor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose one scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the rascally sheep finder come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favor with my lady about some bear baiting here.
To anger him, and we'll have the bear again, and we'll fool him black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is pity on our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my metal of India?
Get ye all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun, practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close in the name of jesting. Lie down there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Mariah once told me she did affect me, and I've heard herself come thus near that, should she fancy, it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it?
He is an overweening rogue.
Oh, peace! Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him, how he jets under his advanced plumes.
Slate, I could so beat the rogue.
Peace, I say.
To be Count Malvolio.
Ah, rogue.
Pistol him, pistol him.
Peace, peace.
There is example for it. The lady of the Strachey married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fly on him, Jezebel.
Oh, peace! Now he's deeply in. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state,
For a stone blow to hit him in the eye.
calling my officers about me and my branched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I've left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Peace, peace.
And then to have the humor of state. And after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place as I would they should do theirs. To for my kinsman Toby.
The shackles.
Oh, peace, peace now.
7 of my people, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, perchance wind up watch, or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, courtesies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Oh, our silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
And does not Toby take you a blow on the lips then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Ouch! Scab!
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warned you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me a fool.
Huh? What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin?
He's in the spirit of humor intimate reading out loud to him.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's? What's that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. Her very phrases, by your leave, wax, soft, and the impressure her Lucrece with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move. No man must know. No man must know? What follows? The numbers altered? No man must know? If this should be thee, Malvolio.
Very handy, Brock!
I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife. With bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. MOAI doth sway my life.
A fustian riddle.
So then whence say I?
MOAI doth sway my life. Nay, but first let me see. Let me see.
What dish of poison she has dressed him.
With what wing this Daniel checks at it?
I may command where I adore. Why? She may command me. I serve her. She is my lady. Why, this is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. And the end, what should that alphabetical position portend? If I can make that resemble something in me, softly, M-O-A-I.
Oh, I. Make up that. He's now at a code scent.
Soto will cry upon it for this, though it be rank as a fox.
M. Meh. Malvolio. M, why that begins my name.
Say he would work it out. The cur is excellent at faults.
Nah. But then there is no consonancy in the sequel. This suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
I'll cudgel him and make him cry. Oh!
And then I comes behind.
I, and you had an eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. The simulation is not as the former. And yet, to crush this a little, it would bow to me. For every one of these letters are in my name. Oh, but soft, here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Oh, daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point de vise, the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination shade me. For every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered. And in this, she manifests herself to my love. Oh, I thank my stars, I am happy. I will be strange, stout, in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Oh, Jove and my stars be praised. Here's yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose, but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles becomes thee well, therefore in my presence still smile. Dear my sweet, I prithee. Oh, Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything thou wilt have me.
I would not give my part of this sport for a pension of 1,000 to be paid from the Sophie.
I could marry this wench for this device.
Oh, so could I too.
And ask no other dowry with her, but for such another jest.
Or I neither.
Oh, here comes my noble goal catcher.
Wilt thou set thy foot upon my neck?
Oh, or I either.
Shall I play my freedom at trade ship and become thy bond slave?
If faith, or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad!
Nay, but say true, does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable in her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit!
Like 1, 2.
Safety, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir. I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
Not such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say the king lies by a beggar, if a beggar dwell near him, or the church stands by thy tabor, if thy tabors stand by the church.
You have said, sir, to see this age. A sentence is but a cheverel gloved to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would my sister therefore had no name, sir.
Why, man?
Why, sir, her name's a word, and to dally with that word would make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals, since bonds disgraced them.
Thy reason, man?
By my troth, sir, I can yield none without words, and words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir. I do care for something. But in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that it would make you invisible, then that be to care for nothing, sir.
Art not thou Lady Olivia's fool?
No, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. And as fools are like husbands, as pilchards are to herrings. The one's the bigger. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou passed upon me. I'll have no more of thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
Now Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I'm almost sick for one, though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bread, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia, sir, and bring one Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir, begging but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will construe to them whence you came, who you are, and what you would are out of my welkin. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a certain kind of wit. He must observe their mood on whom he jests, in the quality of persons and the time, and like the haggard, check out every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art, for folly that he wisely shows is fit. But wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Save you, gentlemen!
And you, sir.
Yes, vive gardez, monsieur.
Et vous aussi votre suite.
I hope, sir, you are, and I'm yours.
Will you encounter the house? My lady is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance, but we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
That you so rare courtier, rain odors well.
My matter hath no voice to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. Get them all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, in most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Tis never merry world since lovely feigning was called compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino, youth?
And he is yours, and his needs must be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him. For his thoughts, would they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I'd rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did hear, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and, I fear me, you. Under your harsh construction must I sit to force that on you in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have I not set mine honor at the stake and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hideth my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not a grise, for 'tis vulgar proof that we very oft pity enemies.
Why, then methinks 'tis time to smile again. O world, how apt the poor are to be proud! If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. The clock upbraids me with the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth. I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, your wife is alike to reap a proper man. There lies your way. Due west.
Then westward ho! Good grace and disposition attend your lordship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then you think right. I am not what I am.
I would you were what I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. Oh, murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort my reasons from this clause, for that I woo thou therefore hast no cause, but rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so, adieu, good madam. Nevermore will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayst move this heart, which now abhors, to like his love.
Look where the youngest Renner 9 comes.
Follow me, follow me, follow me. If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yonko Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado. If there's no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings.
Oh, and cross-gartered?
Most villainously, like a pet in the keys of school or the church. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I drop to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than in the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have never seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
I've sent after him. He says he'll come. Oh, how shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. Where's Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where's Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why, what's the matter? Doth he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if he come, for sure the man is tainted in his wits.
Go, call him hither. I am as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady, ho ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady, I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though, yellow in my legs. It did come into his hands, and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman Anne.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
Oh, God, comfort thee. Why do you smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request, yes. Nightingales answer daws.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great,
Ha!
some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Oh, heaven restore thee.
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings,
Thy yellow stockings?
and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered?
Cross-gartered?
Go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so.
Am I maid?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Oh, why, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman, of Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good women, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
I have limed her. But it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow. Not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? For the devils of hell be drawn in little. Legion himself possessed him. Yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is. Here he is. How is't with you, sir?
How is with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Oh, how hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did not I tell you? Good Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him.
Aha! Does she so?
Go to. Peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How's it with you? What man defy the devil? Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
God, and speak ill of the devil, how he takes at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
Oh, carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done tomorrow morning, if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Lord!
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gentle, gentle. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my buckock? How dost thou, Chuck?
Sir!
Ah! My Biddy, come with me! 'Tis not for gravity to play with cherry pill with Satan! Hang him, Frau Collier!
His prayers, good Sir Toby, get him to pray.
My prayers, minx.
Oh, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. Your idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall no more hereafter.
Is it possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could hardly condemn it as improbable fiction.
Oh, come. We'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus. For our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired, out of breath, bid us to have mercy on him. At which time we'll bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen.
Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to, thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well, held out, if faith. I do not know you, nor I am not sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose, neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly? He has heard that word of some great man and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I am afraid this great lubber the world will prove a cockney. I prithee now, ungird thy strangeness and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give you worse payment.
Oh, by my troth, that has an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves good report after 14 years' purchase.
Now, sir, have I met you again? As for thee.
Why, there's for thee. And there, and there. Are all the people mad?
Come on, sir. Hold or throw your dagger over the house.
This will I tell my lady straight. I would not be in some of your coats for 2 pence.
Come on, sir. Hold!
Hey, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him. If there be any law in Illyria. Though I hit him first, yet it is no matter for that.
Let go thy hand.
Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier. Put up your iron. You're well-fleshed, come on.
I will be free from thee. What wouldst thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of this malaplant blood from you.
Hold, Toby, on thy life I charge thee, hold.
Madam.
Will it be ever thus? Ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached. Out of my sight. Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesby be gone. I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy life. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go, do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me, he started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or am I mad? Or else this is a dream? Let fancy still my sense in lethe steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee. Would thou'dst be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be.
Nay, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Topas the curate. Do it quickly, I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. And I would I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. I am not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student. But to be said an honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly as to say a careful man and a great scholar. The competitors enter.
Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
Manos Deus, Sir Toby. For as the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink very wittily said to King Gordubac, that is. So I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For what is that but that, and is but is?
To him, Sir Topaz. What how I say, peace in this prison. The knave counterfeits well a good knave.
Who calls there?
Sir Topaz the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topaz, good Sir Topaz, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies? Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topaz, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
Why, it hath windows transparent as barricados, and clear stores toward the south-north are as lustrous as ebony, and yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman, there errest. I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in the fog.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance. No ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say there was never a man thus abused. Do not think I am mad. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
That the soul of our grandam might happily inhabit a bird.
What sayest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras ere I will allow of thy wits, and to fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou disposest the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Topaz!
My most exquisite Sir Topaz!
Hey, I am for all waters.
Thou mightst have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were. For I am now in so far fence with my niece that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Fool!
My lady is unkind, purdy.
Fool!
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I say!
She loves another. Who calls? Ha!
Good fool! As ever thou wilt deserve, well at my hand, help me to a candle and pen, ink and paper. As I am a gentleman, I'll live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Fool, there was never a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well? Then you are mad indeed if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
Advise you what you say. The minister is here.
Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavor thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain bibble babble.
Sir Topaz!
Maintain no words with him, good fellow.
Who I, sir, not I, sir.
God be with you, good Sir Topaz.
Marry, amen. I will, sir, I will.
Fool! 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 I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am shent for speaking with you.
Good fool, help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits, fool, any man in Illyria.
Well a day that you were, sir.
By this hand, I am. Good fool, some ink, paper, and light, and set down what I will convey to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I will help you to it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll never believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone.
I'm gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again. In a trice, like to the old vice, your need to sustain. Who with dagger and laugh in his rage and his wrath cries, aha, to the devil, like a mad lad, pare thy nails, dad.
And you, good man devil.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I'm ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuade me to any other trust but that I am mad, or else the lady's mad. Yet, if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry by. There, before him, and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it, whilst you are ruling it shall come to note what time we will our celebration keep according to my birth. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and heavens so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Long thee to the Lady Olivia, friend.
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir. They praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly that I am an ass, so that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends, I am abused. So that conclusions to be as kisses. If your 4 negatives make 2 affirmatives, why then the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
Ah, but that would make it double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
Oh, you give me ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much a sinner to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo, segundo, tertio is a good play. And the old saying is, the third pays for all. The triplex, sir, is a good tripping measure. Or the bells of St. Bennet, sir, may put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can fool no more money out of me at this throw. If you will let your lady know I am here to speak with her and bring her along with you, may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have you think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap, I will wake it anon.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth.
What would my lord, but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario? Good my lord.
My lord would speak, my duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, lord.
What? To perverseness? You uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altar my soul the faithfulest offerings have breathed out, that air devotion tendered. What shall I do?
Even what it please my lord that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love, a savage cruelty that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb I do love to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jocund, apt and willingly to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores than ever shall I love wife. If I do feign you witness above, punish my life by taming of my love.
I me detested, how am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come, away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
I, husband, can he that deny?
Her husband, Sirrah?
No, my lord, not I.
Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence, here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
Contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by the mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me toward my grave I have traveled but 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, thou dissembling cub! What wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He has broke my head. And it's given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The court's gentleman, one Cesario.
My gentleman Cesario?
Lifelings, there he is. You broke my head for nothing. And that I did, but I was sent on to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Well, here comes Sir Toby. You shall hear more. If he had not been in drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
Now, gentlemen, how is with you?
That's all one. He's hurt me, and there's the end on it. Oh, soft. Did his sea dick surgeon saw it?
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby. An hour agone. His eyes were set at 8 a.m.
Then he's a rogue and a passing message for fun. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him. Who hath made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead, and a coxcomb, and a knave. A thin-faced knave. A go.
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
I'm sorry, madam. I have hurt your kinsman. But had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalene. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too, so went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow.
And so had mine.
And died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurp attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, and fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola.
Viola.
So comes it, lady, you have been mistook, but nature to her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid, nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast told me 1,000 times thou never shouldst love a woman like to me.
And all those sayings I'll overswear, and all those swearings keep us true in soul, as doth that orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
We shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I do remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he's much distract. How does he, Sierra?
Truly, madam. He has here read a letter to you. I should have given it to you today morning.
Open and read it.
Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. Okay. By the Lord, madam!
How now, art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow vox.
Prithee, read of thy right wits.
So I do, madam, but to read it in his right wits is to read thus. Therefore perpend, my princess, and give ear.
Read it you, Sierra?
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses, as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to put the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think me as well a sister as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on't, so please you, here at my house, and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. And since you have called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister? You are she.
Is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, the same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it, if you can, in hand or in phrase, or say 'tis not your seal, nor your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me, in the modesty of honor, why have you given me such clear lights of favor? Bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people, and acting this in an obedient hope, why you have suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invention played on. Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I confess, much like the character, that out of question 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me. It was she first told me thou wast mad, then camest in smiling in such forms as were presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee, be content. This practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Good madam, hear me speak. Most freely I confess myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. Oh, how with a sportful malice it was followed, may rather pluck on laughter than revenge.
Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude, one Sir Topasser, but that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But do you remember? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal? And you smile not, he's gagged. And thus the whirligig of time brings in his revenges.
I'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and the golden time convince, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Cesario, come, for so you shall be while you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
When that I was a little tiny boy with hey ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came to Mantis stay with hey ho, the wind and the rain, against knaves and thieves, men shut their gate, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came, alas, to life with hey ho, the wind and the rain, by swaggering could I never thrive, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came to my beds, hey oh, the wind and the rain with toss pots still had drunken heads, for the rain it raineth every day. A great while ago, the world begun with hey oh, the wind and the rain. That's all one. Our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day.
Every day.
Come away, death and sad cypress, let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by Oh, prepare it, oh, prepare it. My part of death, no one so true did share it, did share it. Not a flower, not a flower sweet on my black coffin, let there be strown. Not a friend, not a friend, greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save, lay me away. Said true lover, never find my grave to weep there, to weep there. Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweetie, journey's end and lovers meeting, every wise man's son doth know, every wise man's son doth know. What is love? It's not hereafter, present mirth, that present laughter. What's to come is still unsure, what's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty, come kiss me, 3 and 20. Youth's stuff will not endure, youth's stuff will not endure.
We're on in 5, 4, 3, 2, and
Flora Weatherby, and this is Henry Buttons. They are a folk singing duo.
Jacob and Jakob, same spelling, different pronunciations.
Who's friend to Bits. They met in the courtyard after algebra. They're both freshmen in high school. They're talking about starting a punk band, but they're not really sure.
What? What's happening? I can't digest all of the puppets at once.
Irving.
Wonderful.
Irving.
Lucas the Mud Bunny.
This is Aurelia.
This is Jakob right now. Might be Jacob later today.
Oh my God.
Michelle.
This is my possessed sock puppet, Derek.
My name is Lucas. I'm 12 years old, and my favorite thing to eat is Junior's cheesecake.
My name is Rick. I'm an ex-firefighter and a recovering burn victim.
Oh no!
That's what the bandages are.
Hello. It's Cyan, the slithering snake.
I'm Priscilla the potato, and
Oh yeah.
I know my eyes are not the same size, but I'm self-conscious.
Oh.
I was old crinkly.
Wow.
Hi everyone. My name is Roland Julius. It is one name. It is hyphenated. I'm a fashion model.
Steve! My name is Steve.
Rumble, 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 blow, wind, and crack your cheeks, raise louder yet.
Irving, it's not your turn. Go on, Pep.
So new game. So it's gonna be a little bit of an experiment.
Me, Darlene. I'm back again with another Southern recipes from Darlene, the YouTube channel that you're all subscribed to. Today, we're going to be making my famous 3 sticks of butter creamed corn. Right. If you ever need this, it's actually a little bit misleading. It's actually 4 sticks of butter, and it's a mashed potatoes recipe.
I ran down the hill and ran back up the hill away from the badger. And then away from the bunny. And then finally they got bored and went away.
In front of me and to my chest, because we are going to make a keyboard that you can play piano with. I am so excited to show you how to make this keyboard. Right. First things first, you're going to need to get your material. So we could go for a more classical keyboard, get some ebony, get some ivory, but unfortunately, some of the resources are endangered. So we're going to go with plastic and nylon, just go simple, you know, practice some good consumerism. So we've got our materials. And where you can get these, by the way, is any hardware store, you know, Home Depot, Office Depot, you know. Okay. So your next step, what you are going to do is you're going to lay it all right out in front of you. And you are going to sand it down. Yeah, smooth it down. And so you can get your sander. Yeah, get it running.
Well, I go and buy people's phones. Now,
we're working on the trademark. It's called Giant Nets.
I'd like to introduce all of you to Carstool.
Penguin pals.
I'm a slightly viscous liquid.
Ew. Ew, the slightly viscous liquid stays.
He's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow.
Birthday.
Sorry to interrupt. Did somebody order a palm reading and a double large pepperoni from Masters of Palms? We do and pizza. I've just started working there, but I think I'm supposed to do one for the birthday person.
2020. Isn't that the year that like every single human went absolutely insane about like?
There's no one year they went absolutely insane.
In the history books, I learned that as a child. I remember.
God, you were so dumb back then, but now we have all this tech.
Johnson! Look at my cat. I was meow. Stop. That in the play that resonated with us between what is go play with that over there. Get it. Okay.
Guacamole. Okay, we've got a special birthday in the house here. On the count of 3, Jane, this is for you. We're gonna sing for you. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, all right.
I'm getting dragged away.